Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I am sharing with you my January book haul. I feel like I got a lot of books in the mail. So for January, I actually have a lot of books to share with you and a lot that I'm really excited about, but I'm very proud to say that I'm continuing with this trend of having not purchased very many books for myself. There are a lot of books in this book haul, but most of them are books that were either sent to me for review or sent to me for Instagram promotion. But first, let's talk about the exceptions. I had one pre-order this month, and that is Come Tumbling Down by Seanan McGuire. This is the latest book in her Wayward Children series, which I absolutely love, and this book is a return to the world of Jack and Jill. I'm really excited to read this. I wasn't able to get to it in January, but I am planning to read this one in February. And then the other book that I purchased this month is one that I read and loved and decided I wanted to own a copy of. So I went ahead and purchased Caressed by Ice by Nalini Singh. This is book 3 in the Side Changeling series. I have been listening to these via audio from my library, and I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't know that I need to own the entire series, is I'm just gonna end up purchasing the books that I love the most. And so far, this is book 3. This is my favorite of the series that I have read, and even though the cover is kind of dated, I still am really happy to own my own copy of it. And then lastly, I have 3 books that I got using store credit at my local indie bookstore, The Strand. Excuse me, there is construction happening above me, and like all day, every day, they're on and off noise, so if it's a little noisy, if it gets too noisy, I'll stop filming, but yeah, excuse the noise. So I have 3 books that I picked up using store credit at my local indie, The Strand, and they are all part of the same series. This is actually a backlist YA series that's really popular that just got a update on their covers, and I found these for half price, so I snagged them. I have The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. This one was $5.50, again, using store credit that I had from selling books back to them. The Crown of Embers, which is book 2, and finally The Bitter Kingdom, which is book 3, and these were $5 each. So I used like $16 of store credit and got the entire trilogy. I have been wanting to read these, and I just love the new covers. I think they're really, really pretty, so I went ahead and grabbed those at the Strand. So that is it, guys. These are the only books that I picked up for myself this month. I am so proud, but I have lots more books to share with you. First in that list, I have my Book of the Month Club book. I am a Book of the Month Club affiliate, and I do have an affiliate link down below if you guys are interested in checking them out. There should be a code down there that will get you your first book for $9.99. I do really like Book of the Month Club. I was a member before I became an affiliate, and I like what they offer. It's $15 a month, including shipping, for a new release or sometimes early release hardcover book. There are always 5 options to choose from every month with a variety of genres, and if you don't like any of the options, you can skip. You can also add on up to 2 books for $10 each, and that does include their YA Book of the Month Club picks, which I kind of like, so sometimes if I really like one of the YA picks, I will add that on as an add-on. But for this month, I just got my one Book of the Month Club book, and let me show you what I got. The book that I selected for January is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. I am also planning on reading this one in February. I'm really excited about it. She writes really interesting, thoughtful, well-done thrillers. I think early last year I read The Broken Girls by her and really loved it, and since then I've been looking for a reason to pick up another book by her, and so this seemed like a great opportunity. It is a dual timeline book. One of the timelines is in the 1980s at this rundown motel in upstate New York, and the other timeline is in 2017 at the same location, and I am very hopeful that it'll be really good. So yeah, thanks to Book of the Month Club for that pick. I'm very excited to be reading this. I will be picking this one up in February. Then I got kind of a fun mailing from Penguin Teen. Thank you to Penguin Teen for sending me this free ARC. I'm one of their partner influencer people, and this one sounds really interesting. This is the box that they sent me. My address is on both sides, so I'm just going to do it this way, but it's for an upcoming YA thriller, and I'll show you all the things that they sent. I plan on reading this soon, and it sounds really interesting. This is The Last Confession of Autumn Casterly by Meredith Tate. It goes on sale in February. I want to say like February 11th, and this just sounded really interesting. It's about 2 sisters. One of them is kind of a band geek who's into nerdy stuff with her friends, and her sister, who's kind of aloof and separate from everybody. But then one day the older sister doesn't come home and she's got to figure out what's going on. It sounds super interesting, so thank you to Penguin Teen for sending me the arc of that. And then they included a few fun little things in the box. There are little notes from each of the sisters. One is hey from Autumn, hey it's Autumn, and to Instagrammer from Ivy. So Ivy and Autumn are the two sisters. And then we have some cute little Star Wars stickers for the geeky sister who likes that. And then finally we have some stuff for like nail filing and buffing, which I don't know yet how that fits into the book, but I'm sure when I read it I will figure it out. Yeah, cute little mailing from Penguin Teen. Thanks to them. I will be picking that one up soon. I'll let you guys know what I think. Then I have a whole bunch of other books that were sent to me for review or Instagram promotion. Some of them are ARCs, some of them are finished copies, some of them I have already read, some of them I have not. So let's dig in. First up, I want to share all of the books that were sent to me by the Harlequin publicity team for promotion on Instagram. They're always really wonderful and send me a lot of great stuff. The first one is a book that I have already read, and I think I talk about this in my January mid-month wrap-up. I really loved it. This is Headliners by Lucy Parker. She writes really wonderful, fun, contemporary adult romances. They are set in London's West End, and I just really love them. This is, I think, book 5 in the series. I do think if you're gonna read this, you should probably read the one that's directly before it, at least before reading this, because the things that happen in that have an effect on the couple in this series. But this one is kind of an enemies to lovers romance, and it's just really great. Really enjoyed that. They also sent me a book that I'm hoping to pick up in February. This is Forbidden Promises by Cynthia Williams. This goes on sale February 25th, and it is an ARC copy. This one sounds kind of interesting. It's about a girl who has a thing for her sister's ex-husband, and then they're put in close proximity to each other again. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, oh, like this could be great, or it could be like not done well. I don't know, but I like the cover. It sounds interesting, so we're gonna give that one a shot. And then finally they sent me 3 books from their Harlequin lines, which are getting a update the way that they look. So these are the 3. They now have these new like diamond shapes on them, which I think is kind of cool. This one I have actually read. This is part of the Harlequin Desire line, and this is Temporary Wife Temptation by J.C. Lee. I really enjoy this. It's kind of short and sweet fake marriage story with a Korean hero and a half Korean heroine, and it's really good. I think I probably wanted it to be a little bit more fleshed out than it is, but these are just very short books. It's a little over 200 pages long, and so if you're looking for kind of a quick romance to pick up, I think this is a great one. They also sent me Her Homecoming Wish by Joe McNally, which features a single father hero who's got a little bit of a bad boy to him. And then finally, a romantic suspense. This is Witness Protection Widow by Deborah Webb. So if you guys are interested in any of those, feel free to go check them out. Thank you to Harlequin for all of the books. Okay, so then I rarely reach out to publishers asking for specific arcs. Maybe I should do it more, but this month I did, because there are 2 that I was dying to get my hands on from Tor, and they were so good to me and sent me both of the ones I asked for, so thank you so much to Tor. Tor.com actually is publishing these. First up, I have Network Effect by Martha Wells. This is the first full-length Murderbot book. I love the Murderbot Diaries. Murderbot is such a great character. This is adult sci-fi. So much fun, and I've heard great things about this. It is coming out in May if you guys want to check it out, so I hope to read that one really soon. And then secondly, they also sent me Harrow the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I'm so happy. I loved Gideon the Ninth. It is a very polarizing book, but it totally worked for me. It was one of my favorite books of 2019, and so I'm really anticipating this one. It goes on sale in June. This is the sequel about Harrow Hark, and I can't wait to see where book 2 goes. So thank you so much to Tor.com for getting these in my hands. I am thrilled and very excited to read and review them for you guys. I also have a couple of books from Tor Teen that I'm going to be doing an Instagram promotion for. I'm pretty excited about. So I've been talking about the fact that I had an e-arc of Scammed by Kristen Simmons, which is the follow-up to The Deceivers, which got a cover change, and I think the cover change is really great. And so they reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in helping them talk about the cover change and promote this on Instagram, and I was like, hey, yeah, sure. So they sent me the beautiful brand new paperback copy of The Deceivers with the brand new cover, which I really like. This is about a girl who gets brought into a school for con artists. It's really interesting. There's a lot of interesting twists and turns it takes. And this is Scammed. This one is going on sale early in February, so feel free to go check it out. It might be available by the time this video is going up. Yeah, really excited about it. I do really like the new covers. I think they do a better job of kind of giving you some idea of what the stories are, so thank you so much to Tortine. Then I have a book by an indie author that I loved. I do review a limited number of indie self-published books. I am very picky about what I accept, partly because I know that a negative review for an indie author causes more damage than for a traditionally published author, but I am so happy that I said yes to this one. It is a debut adult fantasy romance, and I just loved it so much, guys. So much. I will be talking about this in my end of month wrap up, which is probably up by now, so I will link that up above if you want to hear more. This is Reign and Ruin by J.D. Evans, the first book in the Mages of the Wheel series. This is so good, you guys. It is a little bit slow to start. The first 50 pages or so are a little slow getting into, but after that it really picks up. It completely sucked me in. I loved this so much. I also think this is a really great crossover book for people who are into high fantasy and interested in getting into fantasy romance, because it has a lot of political intrigue, it has action, it's got a lot of plot, it's got wonderful characterization, but I loved the romance, and it's there. It's so good, and it's such a partnership and a beautiful kind of like slowly developing romance. I loved this, and I'm very excited to see more from this author. I definitely plan on continuing the series, so I'm so happy I checked this out. If you guys are interested, this is available on Kindle Unlimited if you want to read the ebook, or you can buy a beautiful finished copy. And let me just show you, because the inside of this book is really pretty. We have a map. I love a good map. It's just really beautiful, and I just thought this was a really, really strong debut. Then my friends over at Abrams send me a finished copy of another book that I am just about to start reading, and I wasn't expecting it, so thank you so much to them. This is beautiful. This is This Train Is Being Held by Ismay Williams. This actually went on my list of most anticipated romances. It's a YA contemporary romance that sounds phenomenal, and I'm really excited to pick it up. This is about two Latinx teenagers who live in New York and meet on a subway train, and I think the boy wants to be a baseball player and the girl is a dancer. Her family is from Cuba and he is Colombian. I think maybe their families don't want them together for some reason. I don't know, it just looks really, really cute and wonderful, and it says it's an urban romance that tackles difficult subjects like mental health and racism while celebrating poetry, dance, baseball, and the complexities of Latino families. Really excited to pick that up. So thank you so much to Abrams Books for that beautiful finished copy. Similarly, I got an unexpected finished copy of a book from Sourcebooks Fire, which I'm super excited about. They had sent me The Ark, which I recently finished reading and really, really loved it. It should be released by the time this video goes up. This is Belle Revolte by Lindsay Miller. This is wonderful. It is a standalone fantasy that has a lot of great queer representation in it, and it's just a really good story. A lot happens in here. I will say you have to go into it not expecting your traditional pacing. There's a lot that's packed in. Could it have been a duology? Yeah, probably, but I still really, really enjoyed my time with it. I think the world is really interesting, and the magic. It's set in this world that is kind of loosely based on revolutionary France, but not really, with kind of this interesting magic system that allows her to explore like gender. This is in some ways kind of like a Prince and the Pauper retelling. It's about two girls who kind of swap lives, and I really liked it a lot. I thought it was great, and it's beautiful. They also sent me this really beautiful little map postcard, which is part of the pre-order giveaway. So yeah, thank you so much to Sourcebooks. I was not expecting that, and it's really just stunning. So yay, thank you. All right, I just have 3 more things to share. First up, Wonderkin PR sent me a copy of a book that came out last year. This is Ogre Enchanted, a companion to Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. I thought this looked so fun. I grew up reading Ella Enchanted, absolutely loved it, and this just looks really cute. It's like a middle grade fantasy story. I think this will be really fun. So I'm hoping to pick that one up as well. It is available now. Then Paula over at Orbic Books is so kind to me and sent me a surprise mailing. This is, This is The Unlikely Escape of Uriah Heep by H.G. Perry. This came out last year and it just got released in paperback. So she sent me one of the new paperback copies. So thank you so much to Orbit for this. It sounds really interesting. I've not read it, but it's a book about books with this guy who's able to bring characters to life out of books, which is really reminiscent of Inkheart by Cornelia Funk, which I read years and years and years ago. But of course this is adult fantasy. So I'm really interested to pick it up. I tend to like books like this, books about books and books about stories, so hopefully this will be fun. Thank you so much to Orbit. And then the last book I want to share is an arc of a middle grade book that is coming out in June. This is Conquest by Sam Maggs. Again, it is coming out in June, and this was sent to me from Imprint and my friends over at Macmillan Kids. This sounds super amazing. It's about a pair of twins who go to a convention where they could win a prize through this quest and meet their favorite nerdy celebrity. It just sounds amazing. I always love books set at conventions, but I haven't read it in a middle grade story, and this just looks like a whole lot of fun, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. So there you have it. Those are all of the books that have come to me in January. Thank you so much to all of the PR companies and publishers and authors who sent me books. I am so grateful and so privileged to have the opportunity to share these books with you guys and read and review them. And I am really proud of myself for trying to not spend as much money as I have in the past on books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts or feelings on any of the books that I talked about today. And for your question of the day, let me know which of these you would be most excited to see me review of the ones that I haven't yet read. I would be curious to hear feedback on that. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.